I'm Creek Stewart, best-selling survival author and television host. My job takes me to some pretty incredible places all over the world. And when it comes to weird, creepy crawly, and just plain gross wilderness food options, I've pretty much eaten it all. But my right-hand man, Jake Wild, well, he sticks to a pretty standard Western diet. Really? But here's the deal. If he's gonna work for me and be a survival guy, he's gotta be willing to sink his teeth into anything and everything the wild places have to offer. Welcome to Creek's Survival Kitchen. You ever heard of Donner Party?
Yeah,
The Donner Party
you
story?
actually hosted a special about the Donner Party on the Weather Channel.
I
once.
did. What are they famous for eating?
Each other.
Each other. Welcome to the Survival Kitchen. I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding. We will not be cannibalizing today. However, this episode of the Survival Kitchen is inspired by the Donner Party. So on the Weather Channel, I added some expert commentary to a documentary they were doing on the Donner Party.
Right.
Okay. And even though I knew the story, I'd heard the story, and I was familiar with the story, you know, I had to learn it. I had to really research
Sure,
in
yeah.
order to do this commentary. And I learned a lot of really cool things about this Donner Party story. And it's a fantastic story.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. So everyone knows they were trapped in the Sierra Nevadas in deep snow on their route from Missouri to the great California West Coast.
the Oregon Trail, right?
The Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And they were trapped in deep snow and they were starving, okay? They had already eaten their cattle or lost their cattle in the desert. They didn't have any food. Some of them at some point resorted to some cannibalism, which is what really made the story famous.
Right.
But they were also eating other things, I found out.
Okay.
And one of which we're going to have Jake Wild see what that's like today.
As long as it's not human flesh, I'll be okay.
It's not. Let's let you take a look at what you'll be eating, and then I'll give some background on what it is.
It's rawhide, like dog treats. They weren't eating dog treats.
These are actually rawhide dog chews, okay? Don't worry, they're organic from the USA.
Oh, well.
Nothing but rawhide.
Nothing
okay?
but the finest from you.
There is a chicken flavoring on the outside of them, but you know, that will be long boiled off. So the Donner Party, members of the Donner Party were using cow hides, which were essentially rawhide, as roofing components for some of their makeshift shelters.
Yeah. Okay.
And they resorted to literally cutting off strips of this rawhide cowhide and boiling it and eating it. And I don't know how much you know about boiling rawhide, but it's actually the same exact process to make hide glue.
Yeah. I've heard. I did know that.
If you boil a hide down long enough and reduce that water enough, you eventually end up with hide glue.
Glue. Yeah.
And so, in essence, the Donner Party, members of the Donner Party, were eating rawhide and hide glue. I mean, to survive.
I never want to be that low on options.
I know.
I mean, I can only imagine.
Well, not only can you imagine, but you're really going to be able to conceptualize it today. Because I have been boiling rawhide for the past few hours on the stove, and we're going to get it out and have Jake Wild go Donner Party up on that stuff.
Oh man.
Okay, so let's grab the plate. I've got my Donner Party style fork. And this has been boiling, man. I mean, I'm actually thinking I should have boiled these even longer. I mean, they're flexible. They're flexible, but like not really.
Man, no wonder they starved to death.
Maybe I should have gotten a real fork, right? Oh wait, I got a little piece. There we go.
Oh man, that looks like bacon. But it ain't bacon.
It's slippery. Man, I can't even get a hold of one. Here we go. It kind of looks like a pork rind.
Oh, it kind of does. A wet one.
Jiggly, jiggly. Now, the real test of this is whether or not it's palatable. Can you actually chew that up and eat? What does it smell like?
Has really no smell. I mean, anything resembling the dog treat's kind of gone. The chicken flavor, the stickiness, the...
Well, hold it out here, man, so we can see it. What's it doing? Oh, it's stretchy.
It's super stretchy.
So if you left that to its own devices, it would harden back up.
Just like that.
This right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can definitely feel where like the glue property comes from, because when you run it through your hands, you got that stickiness already.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear that or not. I mean,
that's stretchy stuff. It's incredibly strong, you know, like snowshoes. The bindings on snowshoes in primitive times used to be made from rawhide.
yeah.
You know, so I don't know that it was ever really meant to be food.
So
Why don't you try to give it a shot, man, and let us know what it's like to eat rawhide.
All right. That's not too bad. The tear wasn't too bad.
Sounds like you're chewing gum. It sounds like.
It has no flavor.
None?
None. It has no flavor. Maybe a hint, honestly, like a hint of leather, maybe.
Really? Mm-hmm. I mean, he downed it.
I mean, if you've
Donner Party style.
If you've ever smelled a brand new, genuine leather wallet, I mean, maybe 1/100th of that smell is kind of what that tastes like. It just tastes leathery. I could definitely see how.
Well, I mean, this is leather.
Yeah.
Pre-tanned.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see how pounding this would fill you up. I mean,
wow.
100%.
Wow.
It wouldn't be the most pleasant experience, but I mean, it's like, again, like we've said 1,000 times, it's just a kind of a texture thing. And if you were starving to death, I mean, this would absolutely be something you wouldn't think twice about consuming.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. I mean, it's starting to look like leather.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, one more bite for the fans. It's definitely chewy.
It's super chewy. It breaks apart after you chew it for a minute.
That's a good thing. I was afraid that it wasn't going to break apart and he was going to have to kind of swallow, you know, 1 inch or 2 inch chunks of this. Mm-mm. And then I wasn't sure what was going to happen once it hit his gullet. You know, is 1 and 2 inch chunks going to be coming out the other end, or what happens to it in there, you know?
I mean, you can see that leather.
Oh, totally. It's like suede-y looking.
I mean, after it starts drying up, you can kind of see those fine. I mean, the only way I can describe it is like
sticky.
His hair's kind of coming up there. You know, it's not hair, but that's what it looks like.
It's very sticky. I mean, it's very sticky.
You definitely see where that paste-like quality. I mean, my hands. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but they're.
Wow.
I mean, my fingers are even. I'm having to work to pull them apart there.
So potentially, this could really bind you up on the inside, maybe.
All right, take me to the glue factory.
Awesome, man. You know, ever since I did that documentary, I've been curious on if rawhide was palatable, if it was editable, and if you thought it would make a good survival food. So
I mean, hey, if you're in dire straits, eat your shoes.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man.
One more week at
Hands are
Crank
sticky.
Inc.